We are in a pursuit of genuine biblical faith, and we want to untangle faith from some false conceptions and some teachings that are really confusing and not actually helping us. Paul is speaking about faith in a fantastic way, and it summarizes the main parts of what faith actually is. I'm Dr. Mikael Stenhammar, and I'm an expert on the faith and prosperity gospel. I have studied the movement from the inside and the outside for decades. I have seen the blessings and I have seen the problems. And believe me, there are some big problems. But my passion is to see the faith and prosperity gospel healed from its distortions so that people can live a life of liberated faith. Listen to this. That is why I am suffering as I am, yet this is no cause for shame, because I know whom I have believed and am convinced that He is able to guard what I have entrusted to Him until that day. I know whom I have believed, and I am convinced that He is able. Here we have the keys to what biblical faith actually is. First of all, God is the object of faith. Faith is directed towards God. Faith is faith in God. Faith is nothing apart from a relationship with God. Faith is the relationship with God. I know whom I have believed. It is God who is the object of faith. It is God that gives value to faith. It's relational. You can see it so clearly. I know. Knowing. This is a relational term. Faith happens in our walking with God, in our knowing God, in our relationship with God. It is a relational entity. It's not a force. It's not a power. It is what happens when you know God, when you encounter God. Faith is happening in the relationship and in the encounter with the triune God. This is very beautiful. I know in whom I have believed. That is faith. The relationship of faith in God brings something. It takes expression through an assurance, a conviction. He says, I know whom I have believed and am convinced, persuaded, fully assured. That's the result of faith. And we live on that assurance. We live in that confidence. We act on it. As the saying goes, we can bank on it. Several years ago, my wife and I, we've started to have a sense of calling to go to Kenya. We felt that we should go and teach the Word of God. And God challenged us not to ask for financial support, not even from the church that sent us out. We went by faith. We had very little. We didn't have enough for the month. Like somebody said, there are more months than money. We felt led by the Lord to rent a house that were way beyond our budget. We could not even afford the rent with the monthly income we had. We had to live by faith in God, by trusting in God. And we had a 2-year-old daughter. I mean, it didn't look very wise. It didn't look like that was a smart move to make, to move to Kenya without any financial support. But this is what the Lord really challenged us to do as a way of learning what faith truly is. And when Jesus sent out His disciples, He said, when I sent you without money bags and so on, did you lack anything? And they answered nothing. I'm a testimony that when God sent us out, we lacked nothing. We didn't swim in money. We didn't have a superabundance. We sometimes had to drink black tea without milk and just eat some porridge because that was the food we could afford. But we did it in faith and glorifying God. This confidence that God would take care of us in the midst of this was a work of the Spirit. That was faith. It was birthed in relationship. It was birthed through prayer. It was birthed in walking with God. And God birthed a confidence in us that we knew that God is with us and that God will come through for us and that God will take care of us. And I've seen this over and over again in my life. As we have taken steps of faith, we have moved to different nations. I have gone to dangerous places, but I've done it when my heart is filled with that assurance and that confidence that God will come through. It's not something that I can just make up on my own. It comes in a relationship with God. You cannot shake it. It's there. It's in your heart. Your mind can go bananas. Your mind can go, 1,000 directions at 1,000 miles per hour. And you can really be full of worrying your mind. Even your body can be really worried. You can have like a knot in your stomach, but in your heart, you have that sense of inward conviction, the inward knowing that you cannot shake. When we have God as the object of our trust, it builds a sense of confidence. Faith is a relational confidence in God. This is very wonderful. I hope that this teaching has been a blessing to you. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Connect with us. You can comment here, or you can get in touch with us in social media. You can also download study notes, listen into some more of our videos, and get to know us. God bless you.